Good morning, everybody. It's time to go over the markets again. It is Tuesday the 1st of November. Hope everybody had a good Halloween. Let's get back to the markets and see what's going down. As always, we're starting on EURGBP. As I was saying last week, we were in over 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio and returns on that trade if you did take it from that demand zone. But obviously I didn't take that trade. Obviously, if you remember me saying last week, it's a bit of a weird situation we're in because it does actually look like bearish market structure. Longer term it looked bullish, so it's in a bit of an indecision zone for me. If you did trade it, I did say move your stop loss to your entry position just in case it does break down, which is what we've exactly got. Now, as you can see, we've broke back down to this demand zone here, but we've broken through trend and we've broken and traded underneath the moving average. So with the pound that has been quite strong recently, it's possible that we could see a further drop down if the strength in the pound continues. So ideally I'd like to get a buy lower down. I'd like to see a bit more push on the pound, and I'd like to get a buy in a bit further down here, possibly. Maybe even lower if it does move that far. If you did want to get a little intraday sell on, you could get a small stop loss here above that previous daily high there, and then try and ride it down, but it's not something that I would like to take at the moment, because I said last week the longer term structure, if you look, we did move down and then we started moving bullish. We started making higher highs, higher lows. We started a higher low there and then a big high. We come down, we're making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So it is current bear market structure. So yeah, it's not in a place where I'd like to trade at the moment. So we'll leave that and come back to it next week. So with that pair covered, we'll move over to GBPJPY. Now, as you can see, I gave that trade out from that demand zone the week before last, sorry. If you took that trade on that candle open and close there, currently you are 380 pips in profit. We have moved 524 pips in profit at the peak. It does look like we could possibly visit this supply zone at the top here, as I was saying previously. That'd be a nice little sell on if we got some resistance formed at the top there for a pushback down to the demand zone before another bull run, or possibly even ride it further down. As always, if you jumped on that trade, move your stop loss to your entry zone, or further in profit if you want to secure the profit and ride the whole position, or close half your position and just move your stop loss to your entry and let the trade plan out to where it's going to either hit the TP or back down to your entry. So if you caught that one, well done. Just keep holding for now, because the TP zone isn't too far off, and something tells me that we might be visiting this supply zone here. Okay, so with that pair covered, we'll move to EURAUD. I was having a look before, and this is the pair that's not really in a nice zone. Previously we got that sell down to the demand zone and hit TP, shot straight back up into the supply zone, and as you can see, it wicked right out from there, and then since then we've had another crash back down. Well, a crash, I'll say a bearish price action down to the demand zone again, where we currently sit at now. And it does look to be breaking lower, so today I can possibly see this zone being broken. Ideally, I'd like to get a buy on at this zone here below. So with this pair, we're just going to wait now for a few days and see if price action brings it down to this demand zone here. In confluence with the moving average, we could meet around here with the moving average demand zone and then get a buy on to continue on this bullish trend. Okay, so with that pair covered, we'll move over to GBPUSD. This is a trade that I'm currently holding, and it's panning out quite well for us. Currently we are £770 pips in profit, and we've peaked at 886. as I was saying last week, this is a bit of a crunch zone here, is we didn't want it to be a fake breakout like it was above here, and it tapped supply and moved further down. We got a breakout of the trend, we got a breakout of that resistance zone here, we got a break above the moving average. We created a higher high, and now we've created a higher low currently on this broken resist zone, which is now providing support, and we're obviously trading above the moving average as well. So there's quite a few confluences there to help with this trade. The next point of interest now is 1.176, so we need to break above there and then continue with our trend. But as I say, well over 2 to 1 return on this position now so far. So as I always say, secure your positions and secure your profit, and watch the trade run and play out. And then we can just keep watching over the next week or so, and then I'll update again next week. So with that pair covered, we'll move over to EURUSD, which is pretty much the same as GU, as I've been saying for the past few weeks now, but it doesn't look as strong as the GBP, hence the EURGBP chart at the beginning. We haven't broken above the moving average just yet, but we have broken out of that long downtrend, and we have got a retest of this broken flipped resistance zone here, which is now providing a bit of support. Again, I'm going to look to break above these zones here before I start buying in on EURUSD, because it is the direct negative correlation of the dollar. You know, it's until the dollar really does go bearish, then the euro will start picking up a lot more strength. So that's what I'll be looking for in EURUSD. Another higher high to created, and then we can possibly get in on a higher low, hopefully around this zone here, and then ride the trend up. And that's what I'm looking for in EURUSD. So with that pair covered, we will move to gold. Gold's not in a very nice position really at the moment for me. Again, last week I said we could have caught this buy here, and then we did get a push up, but there's a lot of choppy mess here, and as you can see, it just broke back down and we almost came back down to the demand zone. So I'd like to see that happen again really. I'd like it to see it visit this demand zone here, and then I would get a buy on pretty similar to what I missed last time here. If not, and if we do start moving further upwards today and the continuation through the rest of the week, I'd like to see a break above the moving average, retest the broken down trend, and then start riding the trend upwards if we do break out of these bearish structures here. So gold is a bit of a waiting one. We'll wait and see how the rest of the week pans out, and then we'll reconvene next week. Okay, so with that pair covered, we'll just have a quick look at the dollar and see what's been going on with that. As you can see, price is still in a very small bearish structure. I mean, we're still right at the top of this bullish trend here, but we are creating lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower high created here at this flipped support zone, which is now providing a bit of resistance. But as I've marked out in the zone, the key areas now that we want to watch is a breaker trend, and then to see what happens at this demand zone, because it could just shoot right back up again. These are the zones that we want to see it breaking. If it does start breaking down, then it's going to bode well for our other pairs that we're holding on GU, and obviously the Bitcoin trade as well with crypto. So there's a lot depending on what's happening in the dollar. So just keep your eyes on this over this week and the next week, and then hopefully it will continue bearish. Yeah, so with that covered, we'll just have a quick look at Bitcoin. We've had a breakout finally. We created a higher high. We hit this resistance zone here at 20,800, and as you can see, it looks like we could be forming a little bit of a flag. A little bit of a flag here. We might see some little bit of choppy action and then a break above up, hopefully. But yeah, we're in profits now finally. Currently we are 1,580 pips in profit. Obviously it's not a tremendous amount with it being Bitcoin, but profits nonetheless. What's the so I think that is 1-to-1 risk to reward, yeah. So you could actually close off your position if you wanted to move your stop loss to break even, because everybody's saying we're coming back down still, and if we do come back down, then obviously you don't want to lose anything of the trade with Bitcoin. So yeah, it's best to secure your position and secure your profits as we move along. I mean, we can always buy in again if it does revisit this demand zone. Yeah, so we're just holding for now. With that pair covered, we'll just have a quick look at the other crypto pairs. Ethereum, as you can see, pretty much the same as Bitcoin, broke out nicely, but this structure looks a lot better to me. Trading well above the moving average, broken out of that long downtrend. We broke above that resistance zone. Yeah, so let's just hope it continues giving us bullish market structure. And you can buy in on the higher lows created if you wanted to trade it with leverage. I actually bought mine and hold it in my wallet. As you can see from these prices, I bought down at £772, and I keep that held in my Ledger wallet as a long-term hold. So I don't actually trade this with leverage. This is one that I just bought. But yeah, just continuing to hold. It's pretty much the same with all crypto pairs. As soon as the dollar goes a little bit bearish, they all move pretty similar, and they all pretty much look like this. So we'll have a quick look at XRP. As I was saying, it looks pretty much just similar. We've got a big breakout, getting a bit of a consolidation now right on this support zone here at 39 cents. Yeah, so we just need to see it continue, basically. Really, we don't want it breaking down above the moving average again and moving further down. We'd like to see this zone hold and then get a push up to the supply zone here and create a new higher high. So that's what we're looking for on XRP. Again, this is just another coin that I buy and hold in my wallet. Yeah, I mostly trade Bitcoin with leverage. So, pretty quick on this week, everybody. That's not much going on. We're just holding GU and Bitcoin. We're looking to see what happens with EURAUD, whether it breaks down or not. And it's the same with EURGBP actually. But yeah, all eyes on the dollar. Let's see what happens for the rest of the week. We've got NFP coming up at the end of the week, so that's obviously going to give us some more clues on what's going to happen to the medium term, at least with Bitcoin, whether they start pushing it back up north or whether we're going to drop it down south. Yeah, so I will see you all again next week. Cheers everyone, take care.